Hi, I'm Gregor Paul here at Aviva Stadium, where we've just witnessed an extraordinary game of rugby and an extraordinary escape from the All Blacks. I'm still struggling, Pat. They did win, didn't they?
I think they did. It didn't look possible, even on full 80 minutes it didn't look possible. I don't know how they did it. It was 3 tests in a row. It's been such drama at the end, but this takes the cake. This was unbelievable.
Well, it looked all over, then they got the penalty, not sure what that was for. And even then it looked an impossible mission, 60 metres out. How did it happen?
Oh, look, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this game again because there's so many things, so many dramatic incidents in the game. How good were Ireland at the start? They just completely blew the All Blacks away. They had no answer. Well,
the drama didn't stop though with the try that equalled the scores up at 22-all. We had a kick by Cruden, very similar to the Kiwis yesterday. He missed the first one and he got a second goal. Very like Christchurch, where Carter actually had 2 drop goals, if you recall. It just seems that the world is unbelievably cruel against Ireland.
Yeah, and actually the Irish charged an earlier one too early as well, but Cruden got that one, so the referee didn't pull them up on it. But yeah, just the late dramatics. I mean, for you, I mean, how did Ireland get into that game and get such a foothold in it and keep the All Blacks out for so long?
They came out with passion. They talk about passion, these guys, but they had it. They had control. They had fury. Beat the All Blacks up at the breakdown. A bit of luck went their way. All Blacks looked way off the pace. It was a bit like Twickenham all over again last year. They were tired. They were jaded. They were inaccurate. Ireland got stuck into them. Got a bit of luck. They were 19-0 up at one point, and you were looking around thinking this could turn ludicrous if the All Blacks aren't careful. But I think we've got to pay a bit of credit. Heartbreak for Ireland, but a fairly amazing depth of courage by the All Blacks to get back into it.
Yeah, once again, the replacements who came on, they were the difference. How good was Beauden Barrett? And Ryan Crotty obviously got that try. They added something really special, and Steve Hansen will be very thankful for that.
Well, look, I think what they'll do is they'll get into that changing room, they'll sit down, they'll look at each other, they'll shake their heads, but they've done it. They've won the perfect season. It's going to take them a little bit of time, I think, for that to sink in, but what's your feeling about where do you think they'll be emotionally right now?
Relieved, completely relieved and shattered. I think that they got so close to blowing it, but yeah, they'll look back with a hell of a lot of pride. A perfect season, and they deserve it.
Excellent, Pat. Thanks very much indeed.
He certainly rattled us. 19 down, and it wasn't the script, that's for sure. But they should take a lot of credit out of their performance. And saying that, I'm extremely proud of the 23 guys that we had in our group today to come from where we had to come from and claw our way across the line. It's a pretty special effort, and it says why they're a special team to be able to do that. So, maybe another day Ireland would have won it, but we'll take it. We'll enjoy the summer and reflect on what's been a great year, but at the same time realise that we've got a lot of work to do to stay where we are, and I think it's important that we acknowledge just the performance from Ireland. I thought it was pretty special.
I think when they took their shot at goal, they would have put it out to 8 points. The reality is, if that had gone over, it was probably game over. But when that missed, you could see a sense of lift in the boys. There was still a chance, and perhaps in the Irish boys, you could see they were trying to eat up as much time. And sometimes when that happens, an opportunity will come. And I think, from our point of view, we've talked about it. There will be a chance, and it's going to see if we're good enough to take it.
A missed opportunity, and you don't get that many opportunities to play against the All Blacks. You don't get too many opportunities to stop them doing something that was pretty special. 14 games out of 14 is pretty phenomenal, and if we'd been the only ones to knock them over, it would have been a feather in the lad's cap.
It's disappointed to give away that penalty, but I would have been confident of defending it the way we had defended throughout the game. But you have to give credit to them and their character as well. They've had some tight games in recent times, and they stay calm, they stay cool, they stay collected, and they get over the line. So there's credit to them, but it's obviously bitterly disappointing.
I thought we were pretty dynamic in those first kind of 20 minutes, and I thought we were pretty good for the lead we made. In the second half, they put a lot of pressure on us. I think the defence at the end is massively disappointing, but I think it's cumulative. I think we'd made a lot of tackles in the second half, and I think that started to show. We had a couple of guys who were out on their feet at that stage, and a couple of guys who'd been knocked around a bit, and I just kind of felt that we were hanging on by a thread, and the thread was just a little bit too thin to make sure that we did stop them.
We knew it was going to, they were going to come out and roar into it. There was never any doubt about that. I think though, we would have liked to have started better and not allowed a 19-point start. There's no doubt. So we were down 7. You could see them lift, and we certainly didn't get into the game or get going. They shut us down well. So, but rugby, you never have momentum for 80 minutes. It's always going to swing back, and I guess our job was to try and wait for that chance but make it happen as well. But it just took longer, and we made some mistakes to get into the game, and hence it took 80 minutes to get across the line, really. So, but you just got to keep hanging in there and waiting for your chance.
I'd add to that. I think it's really important that, particularly the Irish folk here, that you don't see this as the All Blacks not having turned up today. They turned up, but Ireland turned up as well. And they forced the mistakes early. It wasn't because we weren't mentally here, because we trained really, really well, and our preparation was good. But when you force mistakes and you're good enough, as they were twice off those mistakes to score tries, what you do is, you put the team who's suffering under a bit of pressure, and they have to ask questions of themselves. But more importantly, you fill your own jersey up with self-belief. And I think the Irish, all of a sudden thought, gee whiz, we're in this. And I think the question is, when did they realise they were in the match? Because we expected them to be tough. Every time we play them, they're tough. But sometimes I don't know that they actually believe that they're as tough as they are. And today, 14 points down, bang, they knew, hey, we're in this. And all of a sudden we saw a team play way beyond what we've probably seen, or you guys have seen for a while. Certainly not last week. It wasn't the same performance as last week. So I don't think it's about us not turning up. I think it's the other way around, and you should give Ireland credit for that.
I guess I was just the right man in the right spot at the right time. Hard to kind of take in at the moment. I guess I had Colsey a few beers tonight. It's nice of him to set me up, and I was pretty stoked just to bring up my first test try in that manner.
Pretty happy to get a second crack at it. When I hit the first one, I thought that's going through the post, and when I looked up, it was still on target and then drifted right. So to get that second crack at it, I was pretty happy, and just try to stay in the moment, stay focused on my role as a kicker, and happy that the flags went up that second time.
Yeah, I think definitely we talked about it, that they were going to come out firing in that first 20, and I think they got all of that and a little bit more. They really took it to us for a good 60-70 minutes that game, and it was a full credit to the physicality and the intensity that they brought.
It was a bit tough, mate. Certainly, I guess initially you kind of felt a little bit, not quite right. I think, it was a hell of a game, hell of a comeback, and you kind of just wanted to soak it up, really. And I guess now, after a few hours, just starting to, really enjoy the moment and enjoy it together.
A lot of the talk in the last 10-15 minutes was just about believing in our systems and believing in each other that it'll come.